Day 6 now from my carnivore experience, lifestyle change. I don't think it's a challenge, I think it's a lifestyle change. I shared every day of my thinking and what is happening, also in videos, and I'm so happy for so many people giving me tips. I'm so excited that there is a community that helps, because there are so many haters. And in my country, it's very difficult to do that kind of thing because we don't have many products. Of course, the meat part, but also, some snacks with just meat. There's always something inside. Brown brew, for example, I bought some, and I didn't realize that there is vegetables inside, so I had to throw it away. Yeah, that was a little bit devastating, because it really tasted also very bad. But one thing I wanted to ask the community is, I have no clue what to do with my kid part in that kind of lifestyle. He's 10, and I don't know, I saw many carnivore moms who, treat their kid carnivore, and they feed them carnivore. And one of the women I saw, she has little kids, so it's different, of course, because they're little, so they're growing up like that. And she's giving them also fruits, so that's what I saw in the whole thing, but they're eating a lot of meat. And on one of my videos where I packed the snack for today, because we are having a long ride, carnivore snacks, there somebody commented that a kid shouldn't eat carnivore because they need nutritions and stuff like that, and just it's working for adults. That's something I don't really understand, how something like this can work only for adults, because lacking the vitamins and the things, because if it's lacking for children, it will lack for adults as well. So I'm really confused about that. I have no idea. There are two less experienced mom. I didn't saw a lot of them. Most of them are single or couples, so I didn't see families actually where there are kids, and how they introduced carnivore, or do they have to do that, or do they have to eat. So one thing with my son I can tell is, he doesn't like vegetables. So I forced him to eat vegetables all his life, actually. He doesn't like nuts. He hates everything plant-based, actually. He does like to eat rice, and he does like to eat spaghetti, but with full grain, so the healthier thing. And processed food. And I said, okay, processed food and sugar is a non-negotiable. You can eat it when you're at friends, you can have it when there are birthdays, when you're outside. Do what you want, what you have the feeling you need, do that. But at home we don't buy that. You know, so that's one thing. I think it's okay not to do it. And also white bread and everything that's white, because in my country it's not a good quality of that kind of things. Actually, one thing also he likes is tomato soup, so it's practically a fruit, so it's not a vegetable. I have no idea, but my feeling is that the tomatoes in my country, even on the farmers market, do make me react badly to it. So I don't know if it's really that healthy, no clue, to eat it for my son then, or to accept this kind of tweaks. So I'm happy for everybody who can share some tips or experiences about that, because I really don't know and I don't want to do mistakes. But what I see, he struggles with asthma. He does have some health issues. So also with, coughing and stuff like that. And after yesterday eating carnivore, today was getting better. He was, waking up and he said, "Mom, my coughing and this is gone." And I was like, okay, are you feeling better? Yeah, I do. So I'm not sure because, and my mom has osteoporosis. So we agreed just to stick to it for 3 days. I think it's not about for them maybe to going into this lifestyle, but I think it is a good decision to do so they can implement food by food, just to see what reacted badly with them, because they do have both a lot of gut problems. And based on what we ate before, it was no meat, basically only one time a week. It was one time a week fish, but he hates fish. So I did force him, but he does like salmon on sushi, and he does like tuna. So he do like, sorry, no, he does like. Yeah, that's one thing he can eat. And I'm just interested in also my mom with the osteoporosis, how she will feel, because she's an extreme person with the other side. She loves meat, but she always eats bread and yeah, some unhealthy processed food. So for me, my goal, we are going on a vacation 7 days. We discussed it and we said, okay, let's just stick until tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening, to that kind of lifestyle, and just see how you're feeling, and that's it. You don't have to go on with that. Just just stick to this, and don't buy processed food. I think that's the best thing you can do, because it's really horrible what is inside. Because I went to the grocery store and looked at it, what they're having, and it was very fun, because yesterday I went with my mom and my child going shopping. So they were standing in front of the things. I want this, and I said, no, that's corn, or no, that's processed food. So no. So we had to go shopping together, and I said, okay, at first just look at the carbs, just see if it's 0 to 3 grams at first. So a 10-year kid doesn't understand the corn and this and what's in what the ingredients. So we tried to learn, actually, because I think that's helpful, to see that is carbs are very low, and then after you see it's low, he can check what's inside, and then I showed him how to read the labels. So it was a fun experience, and we're learning, all of us, a little bit more about what is inside the food. So we spent almost 1.5 hours there and did read a lot of labels. So I was shocked what crap is inside. So I don't really understand people who are so against carnivore and fighting and hating it, but they don't hate you and they don't do anything about it when you eat processed shit. And if you eat really shit, like all this sugary, and everything is full of sugar, and of course you can eat everything in moderation. I'm totally into that. Do the moderation part if you can do it. We can't do it. My whole family cannot do it. My father is so sick. He already, should be dead for months now. But I don't know. I just wanted to have the experiment with him, to just say, please eat like I do. Come here 3 days and let's see if you're getting better. Because I don't know. I have the feeling it's the right way. I really don't know. And I don't want to do mistakes, but actually I did a lot of mistakes in the past. So I did, we eat a lot of processed food. We eat a lot of sugar. So that's not something that's good. It's not building up with, we are the healthy vegan people, Thai, and we are going only to the farmer's market. No, we do take care of discounter and budgets, so we do often buy at a discount, and normal, shops where you get cheap things. And if I implemented cheap, I did buy a lot of cheap, chicken and stuff like this, because I thought it's healthy, but I actually hate it. I hate chicken, and my son is also not a big fan. So, yeah, I don't know. So I need your opinions and tips, please. One thing I also realized the last couple of days, the first 2 days is, just wait a second. Luca, can you close the door? I realized in the first 2 days, I experienced just eating meat, because that's the only thing I had at the time. So I did only work with the meat part, and I felt, thanks, I felt better. That was the hype part. And then I went, because I had some cravings towards something sweet after watching, and that's also always a bad thing, watching some cooking shows and stuff like this. So I didn't want to do something sweet, so I bought mascarpone and yogurt and stuff like this. that I can eat in carnivore. But then I bought it and I started eating more of that, more of the cheese, more of the dairy products. And that was actually make me not that good like the first 2 days. So I see the difference between the dairy part and also the part where you just eat meat. So just meat was better than with a little bit of cheese, and one fruit a day. That was actually what just naturally happened because that's what I had at home. That worked better, and more beef. So the original carnivore beef, salt water, I think that's something I want to go. So yesterday I prepared a 9 weeks plan for me, what I know I can better stick to. So I want to, the first week now, it's almost over. I just wanted to focus on, you did it. You actually just ate, you didn't eat processed food, you didn't eat sugar, you didn't eat, spaghetti and bread and potatoes and rice. So that's the first week. I just want to focus on that. You did a great job, The second week, I want to focus on, wow, you're still doing it. Amazing job. Great. Go. So I don't want to, cut out things too fast in forcing myself. If I do it in a natural way, it's fine, but I don't want to force myself to do so. So also not to focus on my weight. We are now going 7 days. I'm going to detox. Even my phone, I'm not going to take it with me. I'm, going to be in a country where meat is, very present. It's Bosnia. It's where I come from. So that's gonna be, I think, much easier there because they are totally meat-eating people. That's gonna be, a good thing. And so I can focus on, eat less cheese, eat less dairy products, eat, my coffee intake. Today I already put it not in a big bowl. I put it in a small. And I just put a little bit of milk. Normally I put that milk, and now it was just a little bit. So, and the butter. So I'm trying to implement and, ease it out a little bit, piece by piece, because I think that's how I work better. Because if I quit something and do something, it's gonna be tough. One thing I also realized is I am really not capable eating big portions now. Maybe it will change, but I just can eat really small portions. I just get sick. So, but that's the problem because I get hungry very fast and I cannot, by the love of God, I cannot have enough protein. I did track my macros, and the problem was that I need to have about 110 grams of protein. I just can manage to 60 without protein powder. So I have my protein powder with me and I try to, work with this because I see if I don't eat enough protein, I'm feeling sick, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling tired. My hair is not looking good, my face is not looking good. So I don't know how to manage it with the small portion part and try to eat just, 1 or 2 times or 3 times a day or whatever it is. So maybe you guys have some tips how to manage the protein intake with small portions if you just, but a lot of God cannot eat big portions. I don't have the issue with the calorie intake. My weight went down the first 3 days, almost 2 kg, so it's good, but I actually go 2 kg to 3 kg up and down, like with everything I'm doing. So that's not something that, I see as a difference. And now it's kind of a stuck because I eat more dairy. So I see that difference. But so the calorie intake is not an issue. And I don't want to lose weight too fast, but I need to lose weight overall. I need to lose about 10 kg. Actually, it would be the best thing for my body. But even to lose 7, it would be amazing. So I need to lose weight, but I don't want to lose it too fast because I know from experience of a lot of people who share their experiences that they lose hair. So yeah, and also because they had less protein intake in the beginning. That's why I'm focused on protein, because they said if you start, we did the mistake, track your macros, see if you get enough protein and then balance it out. But the problem is I don't know how to balance it out, because most of the things I'm eating now were too less of protein. I didn't know that. Actually, I really didn't, because it's all meat, and I thought, okay, it's meat. It has to be protein, but it had more fat than protein, and I didn't know that was a thing. I really didn't know. So that's also educating myself. And one thing I also want to do, I want to do a barbecue workshop. That's also cool, because I think you will surround yourself with people that like meat and that are into meat. So I think there I'm trying to create a community around me that maybe, you know, want to do something about this kind of things, or like meat at all, so they will understand maybe my point of view, because I don't have anybody here that is, you know, convinced, let me say like that. I have people who support me, yes, but it's, for me, it's very difficult, because the mom part, and you know, being also living, my mom has her own apartment downstairs, and we do share the groceries and everything. It's, I'm not sure how to manage that when I eat just meat, and I don't know if they should eat too, because I do the cooking, I do the things. So do I have to prepare for actually the kid something else? So I really need your help with that. Yesterday, one thing I also realized, and it was, I don't know what to say. I was craving ice cream, and I remember that I put some skyr, it's like yogurt, I don't know, with strawberries from the grocery store. I did have it as a yogurt, and then I put it also in the freezer a couple weeks ago. So I thought, okay, maybe I can eat that, because it's, you know, it's strawberries and it's skyr, so and it's without sugar. So I thought maybe that's just good to, you know, get over my cravings for ice cream right now. And I did eat it, and it tasted funny and strange, but I still eat it to the end, and it was a big mistake. It was a very, very big mistake, but I think I needed to go through that, because at the evening I was dying. My stomach was just out of control. I couldn't sleep. I was horrified. It was so bad. I had so much pain. And that's a good thing, because I realized I was eating that crap a lot of the times, and it is processed food. There are some, you know, crappy things inside of it. I read it after, and I was like, oh my God, I was eating that, and it makes my body really hurt. It makes my body really sick. And now I'm realizing what it is, because, you know, elimination diet, it's called, also the carnivore. So I see what makes me sick. So that's also a very good thing. So I'm already learning my body, how it works. Yeah, I did prepare a lot of snacks for the car ride, which are carnivore, it's cheese and meat, and, you know, and eggs for our 10 hours ride to Bosnia. And that's the video. It's short, so you can look it up and then maybe give me some advice. That's what I prepared with my son. So because he wanted Cheetos, he wanted something sweet, and he was excited because he loves to snack in a car, and that's his thing, and he loves it. And he, you know, I don't want to take this away from him, but that's the issue. That's the issue. I don't think that's the nutrition way, because that's what we did before. We did, you know, eat the Cheetos, eat the chips in the car, eat the sweet things. It's a special treat. So that way, I think that what I prepared now are 100 times better than Cheetos and sweets. Don't you think? So I don't really get the, you know, don't let your kid be carnivore. I would never do that strictly and say you are not allowed to eat something at outside or to a birthday, or I don't know. Never ever. But I think I need to cut out the processed food and the sugar, because that's something, even if you're a vegan, you shouldn't do. So I think that part will be actually good. And all the other things, I don't know. I really need your help and your advice. So yeah, I'm looking forward sharing after 7 days what happened with my whole family, and how it was to eat that kind of way in the holidays outside of your country, and where you can prepare your food, and being just outside and not, I would go to the, you know, hotel, and I cannot prepare something to eat fast, so I need to go out to eat something when I'm at the pool. So how is this gonna turn out? I'm very, very, interested in all of this, how it's gonna go. And also one thing I realized, I had more cravings yesterday, but I have the feeling it's because I implemented so much dairy, and I did eat more dairy than and processed sausage than I ate before, when I just eat it, steak. And I think that's a big changer of also having cravings. So I will try today to stick more to the eggs and meat part. Yeah, that's what I do. So let's try this, and I'm thankful for every tip you can give me and your experience with the kid part, because that's really making me nervous a little bit, and I don't know what to do with that. I can cook for him rice and stuff like this additional to the meat, or I don't know. Yeah, I need tips. I really need help. Thank you, and see you in 7 days.